There are hedge fund managers making $1 million an hour. You know, it's crazy, right? It's money everywhere. It's money in everything. I want to help you. Start your business today. Come join my royal family. Subscribe to Casino is the Name. Hey yo, what's going on right now? You're watching Casino is the Name, and in this video I wanted to give you guys an update to my Turo business. So I started doing Turo in April, so a little less than 4 months ago, because it's July right now, and I made $2,567, and I started towards the end of April, and this is now kind of getting towards the end of July, but I made $2,567, and I did not rent the car out like 30 days solid for a month or anything like that. I just would choose a couple of days out of the month to rent it out, and I think maybe I probably got up to maybe 15, 16 days in a month that I actually had the car rented out, depending on like different months. Because April I barely rented it out because it was towards the end of the month anyway. July, this month, I was actually trying not to rent it out, and I still ended up renting it maybe 9 days or something like that out of this month, maybe a little more. But I made $2,567. And, you know, you make money various ways. Of course, the regular car, renting the car, but then the drop off, like if you have to take the car to the airport, and you charge a drop-off fee to the airport. I was charging $65 to do that, and I was speaking to someone, and they were like, yo, they charge $100 to drop the car off to the airport. I was like, what? So I was missing money there, so I started charging $100. But most people started meeting me in my area at the nearest mall, and I was dropping it off there. So anyway, so $2,567 to only have the car rented out part-time. It's pretty good. I got to go back and look and see how many days in total that I rented it out for in order to get to that number. But after everything is said and done, my profit is about $50 per day. That's based off of the fact that I get the car cleaned every time it goes out. Excuse me. And gassing the other vehicle that I'm taking to drop the car off, if I was doing anything like that, parking deck, everything. So I just factor in about $50 per day profit. So if I rent it out for 5 days, I just say that's $250. All right. So, but I'm charging more. I'm charging, I think, like $73 a day or something like that. But once Turo takes their fees, once I pay for all the incidentals, then I get about $50 per day. Now, this is, at least for now, I have like blocked off the rest of the year, maybe for 12 months, I believe, that I've blocked off my car on Turo. So on Turo, if you don't want to rent your car out, you can block off days on the calendar. So I blocked off pretty much the remainder of this year. I think maybe even for a full year that I've blocked it off. And I did that for a reason. I did it because I am probably, first of all, let me just tell you what happened. All right. So, you know, I'm doing my Turo thing and everything is good, right? Like I'm chilling. I'm sitting in bed and I get a message from Uber. And Uber says for the first 3 trips, for your first 3 trips, your next 3 trips, receive $100 bonus. So I was like, wait a minute, 3 trips. So you just drop off 3 people and you get an extra $100. Now you're gonna get the money from driving them, you know, as well, like the pickup and drop off. But you complete 3 trips and they're gonna give you another $100 on top as an incentive. And then, of course, they have all of these new things that they do. They weren't doing this when I was driving Uber. This is some new stuff. They have these campaigns that you can go on. If you do 80 trips, 90 trips, then you get like $250, $300, or $290 or whatever. So I started, you know, when I saw that, I was like, wait a minute. You're trying to tell me 3 trips? You can do 3 trips depending on your area, depending on how far the people are going. You might do 3 trips in an hour, maybe more, you know, or maybe if the worst case scenario, it might take you, I don't know, an hour and a half to do 3 trips. Hour and a half, you get the trip money depending on how far they're going, because they might be going to the airport. And so you're going to get that. That might be $30, $40. Plus, you're going to get the $100 on top of that. That's crazy, okay? That's crazy. So what would take my car being rented out to strangers, driving my car around, what would take me, I guess, 2 days to earn, you can earn that in an hour or two doing Uber. Actually, less. I wouldn't even make that having my car rented out for 2 days, because say 2 days is profit of about $50 per day. If you can make $130, $140 in a 2 or 3 hour time frame, doing Uber, that's crazy. Okay, that's crazy. And you're driving it, all right? You're driving. Yes, you got people getting in the car, but when you're doing Turo, people are getting in your car that you also don't know, but they're also driving your car, and it could be a crazy driver. Who knows? But that's crazy. I know they don't do that all the time, but it definitely made me say, wait a minute. Let me go back here. Let me go back and look at this thing, right? Now, I don't necessarily want to drive Uber myself. I would like to be able to have a driver drive Uber for me. But don't get me wrong. For that kind of money, I will jump in the car and drive and do those first 3 trips whenever they do that kind of incentive. So I reset my car back up with, I actually never had this car set up with Uber. I had another car set up with Uber. I set this car back up with Uber, and I'm thinking about picking up a second smaller car, one for like $5,000 or $6,000, and then put that on Turo and try to rent that out as much as possible. And that's just something I'm thinking about, more outsourcing, I guess, that car, just like using it for that. But who knows? Maybe I'd use both for Uber. I mean, I don't know. Like, my brother said that he makes on average about $45 per hour. So in a 10-hour time frame, he'd make about $450. I got a video that we did on that. But to think that, to see that kind of money with Turo would take much too long, or much longer. I ain't gonna say too long, because it is passive. And that's one of the differences between a passive investment and an active investment. But then I started thinking, like, okay, let's say I can make $30 per hour with an Uber, with my car used as an Uber. And if I was paying somebody, or if I was splitting the cost if I had somebody driving the car and I was doing a 50-50 split with this person, and they were driving, picking people up and dropping them off, and they were making the $30 an hour, and we can split half, then that would be $15 my way and $15 their way. $15 an hour times 10 hours is $150. So even if I did something like that, that's worth more to me, or is faster money to me than would be doing Turo. Plus, you could give somebody else an opportunity to get some money. Anyway, these are just some of the things some ideas I'm throwing around. Right now, you watch a Casino Is the Name. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. And in case it wasn't clear enough, the reason why I'm taking my car off of Turo is because I'm going to be using it to do Uber. All right, right now you watch a Casino Is the Name. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you like this video, because when you like this video, it will boost this video up in the algorithm and help get me some more views. And we all know I can use some of this money. All right. Hey, yo, what's going on? Right now, you watching Casino Is the Name, and if you wanted to know how I started my trucking business, I have an ebook called Big Shot, Hot Shot Volume 1, Own Your Trucking Authority. It's a great book, 5-star reviews. The link will be in the description below. Go get that. Yeah.
Beat me up, Scotty. Me and
her together, we just count it up. Money on my mind, I can't get enough. Don't play with my money, you don't want no beef. Cause I come from the bottom, I come from the street. When she first saw me, she said, who is that? When a man saw me, he called me a threat. I'm the one that really live with a rap. They ain't never did it, they ain't really trap.
You say you want to be successful, but what's stopping you? Can't nothing stop you from being successful except for you. You standing in your own way. I came from the bottom. I ain't know nothing but the grind. You can't tell me nothing about that. I caught the bus at Basin Street Projects in Tallahassee, Florida. You hear me? I used to think $1 million would last me my whole life. I'd have made that and spent that. $1 million ain't enough. There are hedge fund managers making $1 million an hour. I know it's crazy, right? There's money everywhere. There's money in everything. I want to help you. Start your business today. Come join my royal family. Subscribe to Casino Is the Name.